Hello to all of my writers out there. Welcome to the Real Internet Come Forth YouTube channel. My name is Internet Smith and I am your author today. I have published 15 books so far. Book number 16 is in the editing stages and I'm currently writing book number 17, which I'm co-authoring with somebody. So this is the first time I'll be co-authoring with somebody and I'm so excited. In the previous videos, I told you the steps to writing a book or a book series. So I hope your book is on the way. And another video, I told you the steps to getting your book published, how to choose a publishing company, and how to go about if you're going to self-publish it, all the things you would need to know for either or. So I pray that your process is going well. So today we're going to have a video on how to have a successful book signing. Okay, so let's get started. And I still will be teaching from my manuscript that I teach from when I do the seminars. So we're still in the package, okay? Steps to a successful book signing. Advertisement is key. Advertisement. So you can use all different forms of advertisement. You can use flyers, t-shirts, posters, books, word of mouth. So I'm going to show you a lot of the things that I use for my book signing, later on. So I use different flyers. I do digital flyers. I do paper flyers that I have made up by my graphic designer. T-shirts. I have my book print. I don't have any more t-shirts. I've given them all away. But I have different t-shirts that I use. I put my books on my t-shirts with also the name of my company, because the Real Internet Come Forth is not only my book series, it is a company. So I put that on t-shirts and I give them away. Posters. I have big posters made. I don't have any in this office here. My posters for my book signers is in another office. I have another office for that, but I have big life-size posters made, maybe 24 by 36 made of my books with my face on them and the cover of my books on it, and I set them up on the easel when I have book signing, because you want to display and have everything on display. I use small easels to set my books up so it'll look presentable when people walk past my table. You can do that. You give away books. I give away many books. Many books. I give away a lot of books because, first of all, you have to be a giver. And then number two, you want people to read your work or read your book and to talk about it. Because people are going to talk about it if they read something, especially if it's good or bad, they're going to talk about it. And that's free advertisement for you. Gossip, free advertisement, word of mouth. People talk. So use it. Okay? So choosing a venue. Choose a venue that's comfortable for you for your signings. I only have signings in two places. Three places actually. Barnes and Noble is my number one place that I have my book signings at, because I'm comfortable at Barnes and Nobles. I've had book signing at Barnes and Noble in several states: Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, Arizona, Minnesota, Illinois, Missouri. Where else? My Florida got canceled due to the COVID. But I have had each book that come out and at the public library in my city, Brookhaven, Mississippi, because we don't have a Barnes or Noble or any bookstore, so I have it at the library. I've had them at Books A Million. I've had book signing at Books A Million, which is really good. But those places I'm comfortable in. There are a lot of different places. People have book signings. Those are just my preference. I like to go to places that already sell my books, so I won't have to be lugging around a lot of books. So, I have a contract with Barnes and Noble and Books A Million. So therefore they already have my books in stock when I come, and I just have to just show up. So I don't try to haul around a lot of different books. That's why I choose not to go to a lot of different places and put on book signings. And I also had a book signing in Nigeria, out the country. And that was really, really great. So, choose a place that you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable there, and then like I said, a public library, you can have your book signed at any public library because your books are registered through the library. You just have to check with the library to see what days that they host, book signings or have meet the author sessions in whatever city that you're planning on having a signing. So you want to be comfortable and in your skin. When you do a book signing, you want to be relaxed and you don't want to be on edge. So choose a venue that's comfortable for you. I like to give a book to the venue manager so they will know what my book is going to be about. Like Barnes and Noble, they already know because I, email them and say this, I had an upcoming book, a new book release, and this is, I've sent them a digital copy of the book with a ISBN number on the back, and they can look it up and they can read what it's about. When I go to the library to have my book signings, I always give the manager one of the books so that library can see what the book is about and what I will be speaking about while I'm having a book signing at the library. Okay, and this just makes them more comfortable in letting you come to their place of business, because they do have the right to refuse you to come in depending on the material that you're selling and that you're displaying. Because those places, both of them, Barnes and Nobles, Books A Million, and the public library, they have a lot of children that come in. So you don't want to have a book up there of a naked lady or a man or something, and kids come in and see it. So so keep that in mind as you're designing your book cover too. So I always like to let them know what I'm going to be talking about, what my books is about, and so give them a book so they can read it, ahead of time. Preparation is key. I told you about the 4 P's. Preparation prevents poor performance. If you prepare yourself, you will have a great performance. Be prepared. Be prepared, be prepared, be prepared. Set your book signings or meet the author sessions a time that's convenient for you. A lot of times I get invited to book expos or local author sessions, and they're on short notice. But I've had several book signings, so much as, like I said, each book that come out I release, I try to have 8 signings per book. And so, like I said, I've released 14 books already, 2 book series. So I'm pretty much, know what to do, and I stay ready. But be prepared all the time. To be called for a book signing or to be called for speaking engagements to talk about your books. Just be prepared. Have enough books at the signing. You want to always have enough books. Always have enough books. Always have enough books. These are some of my books that I have here. You want to always have enough books. Like I said, that's why I choose to have my books signed at a bookstore, because they order them and they can look and see how much you sold at the last venue that you went to, and so they do the ordering, so I always have some. Sometimes a couple of times I've sold out my books at different book signings, but make sure you have enough books. Like when I go to the library, I have my book signed, I'm responsible for my own books, so I always order more, so you want to make sure you have enough books for your signing. And dress professional. You want to dress professional. Presentation is everything. The people see you before they see your book. So you don't want to be sitting there in straggly clothes, hair not combed, different things like that. And you think people are going to stop by your table to see your book. They're going to walk by. You know what I mean? So you want to dress professional. You're meeting people. You're selling yourself. That's what a book signing is. You're selling yourself. Meet the author session. You want people to get to know you. You want them to get to know your materials. And so first things is first. They see you first. What they say, first impression is lasting impression. So you want to make a great first impression on your new reader or your new audience, okay? Create a timeline for your schedule, for your signing. If you're writing, if you're reading, or just signing, okay? Some of the Barnes and Nobles that I go to, I'm just doing a signing. Like I'm sitting at my table. I always do me a 2-hour window. I set my time frame. 2 hours, that's it. That's tops, because I know that I'm traveling to get to these book signings, and I know that I already have a busy schedule doing other things, because the Real Internet Come Forth is not the only company that I have. I have another company, and then I have a ministry, and then I have a life, and then I have children and grandchildren. So I don't want to bog myself down with just having signing after signing after signing. So I choose the times that I want to have my signings, and I choose the time allotted that I want to have them. And so I okay it with them. If it's not okay, I probably have to pick another day. But you want to have a timeline. Some of them let you just do signings. Some of them allow you to do reading and signings. And so at different ones I go to, sometimes I could just read and doing signing, and some of them I just sign. And I love the ones that I get to do a reading and a signing, because people get to sit and ask questions, and then you reading out loud, and people walking past, getting different books and looking at different books because they coming into the store, but then they hear you reading out loud, and they be like, okay, well, this story sounds interesting, and they'll stand there and listen, or they'll sit down and listen, and then they end up buying your book, because you're talking about it, you're reading it, and they hearing what you've written about. So I like those times. So just have a timeline. Know your material. Know your material. Know what book you're talking about. Like I say, I have 15 different books. So when I go, I'm like, okay, I'm having a book signing, just say for this book right here, the behind the scenes number 5. So I, do a prelude of and it's okay, this is what this book is about. And then I read my blog on the back to see what it's about. And then if I'm going to do a reading, I choose what chapter I'm going to read from, because you want to know. And so I try to stay focused on that one book at that signing. But even though I'm at the Barnes & Noble, and they usually have all of my books out that I've written, or the ones that they have in stock, they put them out anyway, because you have a lot of new readers that come. Like I say, all of these 15 books was written and published in 4 years, 4.5 years. So I, just been doing it. But know your materials. Know what you write about. My book series is about my life. You can start reading a portion of my book, or a sentence or a couple of sentences of my books, and I can finish the story for you, because I lived it and I wrote it myself. I didn't have anybody to write it for me. I wrote it myself because I lived it myself. Okay, so know your materials. Okay, let's see what's next. Like I said, prearranged materials you're going to speak about to keep focus. If I'm doing a book signing on the behind the scenes value number 5, I don't want to jump to the Real Internet Come Forth book series value 5, 6, and 7, because these 2 different book series. This is the Real Internet Come Forth, and then this the behind the scenes. So I, even though this is the main book series, and then this is the sequel to it, but we're talking about this book right now because this is the book that first came out. Okay, so to stay focused, and have giveaway materials. Have giveaway materials. Each book each one of my book series come with a loyalty card. Each book you buy, it comes with a loyalty card. The Real Internet Come Forth come with a loyalty card, because it's 4 separate books, 9 volumes. So I tell my readers, if you buy the first 3 books, I'll give you the 4th book free. So you need to keep your card, and I always put a marking or a stamp or something to signify that I've given them this card, and they've bought 1, 2, 3 books. Then they bring this back and get their free book. Like I say, I'm always on tour. The behind the scenes, the same thing. Behind the scenes is 5 books, and it's a loyalty card. And so if you buy the first 4 books, I'll give you the 5th book free. So you always want to be grateful to your readers. You always want to give them something to show your appreciation to them. And then each one of my books, let's see, each one of my books, like the Behind the Scene, Volume 4, each book comes with a bookmark. Each book comes with its own bookmark. You see there? My graphic designer, Heat Gray. Each book comes with its own bookmark. So each book that you buy, it comes with its own bookmark. And so you want the people to know, I appreciate you. Here's a bookmark. And then my bookmark, it have my information on it. About the author. Where you can buy my book set, where they're sold, my email, how you can reach me. And so you want to give that to them. Have giveaways to give away. Okay? And then also, I had pens made. I don't know if you can see it, but the Real Internet Come Forth. I had ink pens made, and I give them away. I've also had water bottles made. See, with the keychain on it for joggers. And this is from the Behind the Scenes book series. It goes with this book when this book came out. See how they match? So I gave these water bottles away. I ordered a lot of them. Then I got these water bottles made. This is the Real Internet Come Forth book series. And this is a larger water bottle. And I gave these away to the school, the athletic department, basketball and football. I had these made and gave them to them. And it had my book name on the back. See, the red giveaways. I told you, giveaway advertisement. This is the form of advertisement, but you want to be grateful for people reading your books. You want to be grateful for people telling your story or telling, girl, this is a good book. They have a lot of book clubs. Several, maybe 4 different book clubs have chosen my book to be a part of their book club. And so I end up sending them, when they told me about it, showed up at my signing and told me that they chose my book as a part of their reading segment. I was like, oh, I'm so grateful. What volume y'all on? I said, well, I'll ship you your next one. And so I did. I said, how many people in your book club, your group? And I mailed them books. I had my publishing company to ship them books because I'm very grateful. Because people in book clubs, they talk. See, I told you, word of mouth, it gets around. And then also, the Real Internet Come Forth. I had coffee cups made because a lot of people like to drink coffee or tea. I like to drink tea. So I had cups made. And then I had the Behind the Scenes put on the back of there too. So I gave them out for the Real Internet Come Forth book series and the Behind the Scenes book series. You always want to have giveaways. People love when you give them something, So always have giveaways. Let's see. And thank the audience and the venue always. Anybody that opens their door to let you come in to have a book signing or meet the author session or buy your book or talk to you about your book, you thank them. Be grateful because it's billions of books being published every day and being sold every day. And they chose your book. So be grateful. Be grateful that they open their doors for you to come in and do a book signing or meet the author session because many authors can't get into a lot of doors. A lot of authors can't get into Barnes & Noble to do book signings or meet the author sessions. A lot of libraries won't let people come in to do sessions at their venues. So be grateful. Don't ever take it lightly when people open their doors to you because a lot of doors can be closed to you. Okay, so show gratitude, be grateful. And to remember, you are the biggest and the most important cheerleader for your books, for yourself. Because like I said, you're selling yourself. You're advertising yourself. So cheer for yourself and enjoy the moments. Enjoy every moment. The writing process, the publishing process, and when you get to have book signings and meet the author sessions, enjoy every moment. And if you sell one book at your signing, you've had a successful book signing. So those are the steps to having a successful book signing. And I never, ever, ever want you to forget the final and most important thing of all, to partner with God, pray for instructions and guidance before, during, and after the creating of your book process. You want to always consult God on what you're writing, where to go, when to do it. Remember I told you timing is everything. Remember I told you about open doors and closed doors. If you do things His way and in His timing, it's going to work. So I pray that this video has been a blessing to you, and I will have more coming. And so thank you very much for tuning in to The Real Internet Come Forth, and you have a successful book signing. Thank you. Goodbye.